between our fingers into dust, fade to black, no going back. Well, we're all afraid of something, and I'm just a long goodbye, high and dry. And I don't wanna be alone in New York tonight. Memory walk beside me, write down all I see. I need to believe that this has meaning, whatever that might be. 'Cause now the lights tonight will never brighter, and they shine right through into my heart. On Baker Street, I can't move my feet. It's the last place I wanna fall apart. But people here, no strangers to fear. They know that I don't wanna be alone in New York tonight. This will to carry on. It's the only thing left when hope is gone. Now the lights tonight were never brighter, and they shine right through into my heart. On Baker Street, I can't move my feet. Well, it's the last place I wanna fall apart. My people here, no strangers to fear. They know I don't wanna be alone in New York. Well, I don't wanna be alone. Well, I don't wanna be alone. I don't wanna be alone. Oh,
All right, so that's a song called Alone in New York. And I wrote that on a trip to New York City, not surprisingly. And I use a little bit of looping in this one in a different way than the ones I've demonstrated so far, where I kind of set the whole song up with kind of a percussive loop. And that's just where you kind of bang on the strings right near the bridge where the sort of the crystal pickups are, and you can kind of get that nice sub response down there for the kind of the kick drum. And then the snare can just be gotten by hitting the fretboard. Yeah, like that. It can get a little bit of your, if you're wearing a ring or something, and you don't mind destroying your guitar, then you can hit the guitar like that. I've got lots of pock marks on the neck of my guitar from me abusing my guitar in this fashion. But it's all for the purpose of bringing the music to you. So here's how it works. Check it out. And you just set that up, a nice little loop there, and then you can kind of play over top of it the intro guitar figure, which is just a little suspension melody over C major. the song in kind of a lonely, sort of stark sort of way. So that's the first looping that I do on Alone in New York. The chord progression is basically C, G minor 11. I like that chord. It's kind of nice. It's got the G, the F, B flat, and a C in it. And then it goes to an F, and then back to the C. The chorus chords are D minor 7, F, C, and G. Alright, so that's kind of basically what you have for most of the song. You got verses and you have choruses. There's a bridge as well, which starts us off 5, 4, or 5 over 4. Where you've got the kind of a G major chord ringing out with a different bass note. Its 7th is ringing out in the bass. And then it goes leading very much into the C over E. Why not just C? Well, because the bass note is descending, and we want to keep descending and kind of make it a stepwise movement in the bass. And the E is just right there. And then, of course, we go from there to E flat. That's the other reason why we keep going down the stairs, is because there's a destination in mind, which is an E flat major 7, and you can play that just by playing a chord like that, where your first finger's playing the E flat, and your third finger's barring the highest 3 strings at the 3rd fret. And then we have an open D5 chord, which is really a D minor chord, and it's we sort of spell that out with a riff that sounds like this, a little harp style riff. F, E, to D to C, to open B, to A, to G, and then we're into the next chord. That whole thing is just an elaborate way of kind of telegraphing the fact that we're heading for a D minor chord, because we weren't sure where we were heading when we landed on this D5 chord, because there's no 3rd in this chord. It's kind of empty sounding. It's not major, it's not minor, but here it is. And that starts our next loop. And for this section, it's fun to do. And this comes from my practice. When I first bought this looping machine, I really just practiced playing chord progressions into it that I liked, or that I was trying to work on. Say a certain scale or a certain soloing approach. I would just lay a bunch of chords into the looper, and then solo over top of it. And that's effectively what's going to happen in this ending section, is that it's going to change to full time 4/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, as opposed to kind of like a halftime feel, which we had the rest of the song, where we kind of felt it a little more in cut time, or in halftime, sorry. Here's the next section. And then we can kind of play some melodies over top of that with the guitar.